Aha. How you guys like that, huh? Hello, 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 hello.
Hi, all.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hey there,
Happy
Facebook.
Wednesday.
Hey there, Instagram. Hey there, you, the two. We are so glad to see you guys.
Happy Wednesday, Iona.
Hey, happy Wednesday, Philly Willy. How you doing, sweetie pie?
Middle of the week.
Middle of
Hump
the week.
day.
Hump day, baby. Let me just check and see and make sure we got everything. Wow, you guys, I'm so excited about this because if any of you
Lord.
have been watching us on Instagram, you know that it gets a little cockeyed, but I finally figured out how to make it straighten out, so it's looking pretty good. How you doing, Philly Willy? Hey, Leslie. Hey, K9. Hey, Ward. Hey, everybody. David Peterson coming in from
Brother,
Malaysia.
I saw, David, you posted some of you teaching classes. It was looked really good, bro. I love your structure. I love your structure. People do not understand structure is the heart of Wing Chun. And David
Hmm.
Peterson, Fing Chun, as David teaches it and has learned it, it is the heart of it all. The structure, I'm going to just go off on a little tangent here. The
Okay.
structure allows all shapes and sizes to be effective, because we
Mm.
do not rely on strength or power or speed or quickness. We rely on the structure and the system to keep us safe and keep it moving.
Mm.
It was really good, Dave. I like that. I like that.
That's
Anyway,
wonderful. I love that
so
acknowledgement
for all
too.
you Wing Chun aficionados that are out there,
The wing.
hey everybody.
Hey,
Well,
everybody. Hey there, Annette. Welcome. Hey,
how was
everybody
your
here
how was your
today.
week?
Well,
Oh, I had my birthday yesterday. Snacking on birthday cake is my kryptonite. I'm telling you, I love birthday cake. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's so good.
happy birthday, Annette. And tell us what kind of birthday cake was it? Now, there's chocolate, there's
Happy
carrot, there's
birthday.
all kind of birthdays and everything. Happy birthday. And you're spending your birthday week with us. Come on
Oh
now.
yeah, yeah. No, we ain't gonna ask you your age, but we want to know what kind of cake you eat,
These with okay.
which may tell us your age.
You're so silly. You're so
Like you got the little
silly.
sprinkles on it. You like, you're young or young at heart, one of the
I
two.
love it. I love it. Maybe
Marble cake with
cake with
chocolate
chocolate
frost.
frosting, marble cake.
What?
Come on now. Come on.
She lives on a
Mm.
very high level. That's a very high
Doesn't
level
she?
right there.
Doesn't she? Yes, she's got it all mixed up, all pretty, and
No, it's
everything
not
with
my
chocolate
birthday. It's not my
frosting.
birthday war. It's not my birthday. I'm just telling you, birthday cake is my favorite. I love birthday cake. So, my goodness. If I could eat it for dinner all the time, I would. I would. No, we didn't
58.
ask
Come
Annette,
on now, baby.
but we appreciate your honesty.
That's right. Looking good for 58, Miss Annette. Oh, fabulous. How's your week?
Iona, look, you're
Yes.
smiling. You have a little glow going on. It was a good week this week.
You guys, what our show about today is so much about what happened to me this week. So, drum roll. I booked a recurring role on the soap opera Behind the Gates. Woo!
On CBS, is
On
starring
CBS.
Tamara Tooney and Clifton
Clifton
Davis.
Davis. That's right. And a gang of other fabulous people. They've already booked me for 3 episodes. I didn't even ask my manager if I can tell people. I'm telling you now. I am so excited, you guys. Because, I started out as an actress in voiceover talent. I've been directing for a long time. And I just I'm feeling the urge to come back and include acting in my repertoire again. And so I've been auditioning and I'm just like, it's not coming. What I got to work on, because this is all new. This self tape. I stopped acting when self tapes were not in existence. You would go to a place to
Yeah,
audition. And so
yeah.
now, and I book this, and I can't tell you what the role is because it gives away the storyline. But it's a fabulous role. It's a wonderful storyline, and I'm so freaking excited. It shoots in Atlanta, so I'll be flying back and forth to Atlanta, getting good food, and building up those miles for some fabulous trip I'm going to take next year.
On their dime.
On their
Yes.
dime.
It's on CBS every single day because it
Every
is a
single day.
daily drama.
And
I was
Paramount
a part of
Plus.
that. Paramount Plus. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so it's CBS who owns Paramount, or Paramount owns CBS. I forget how that works. But yeah, it's a fabulous show. It really is. It's fun. It's dramatic. It's soapy. It's all this all. It's got all the feels that daytime has.
Yes, yes, and such a wonderful family atmosphere.
Mm,
It's a black soap opera, and they're doing a lot around food and around family and singing and dancing, just and being together. Of course, there's
around the
all the
culture.
drama, the culture. Thank you, and their cutthroat and all that kind of crazy stuff. And thank you, all my darlings, for your congratulations. I'm just thrilled, you know. And before we get into more about that and what we're going to talk about this week, Phil, how
Yeah.
was your
Well,
week, baby? What did
oh,
you do last weekend, baby love?
oh yeah. No, I'm telling you, this it was. Let's see if I can get in here.
Pull it back just a little bit. Hot Swing Clear, Legends,
I know
Hot
you got to put it over.
Wheels.
There we
There
go.
it
There we
is.
go.
Hot Wheels
It was a Hot
Legends.
Wheels Legends tour at in El Segundo, which is where the Mattel corporate headquarters are. Um, and it was amazing. I was one of the celebrity judges. I was judging real size cars that will then be voted on to become another Hot Wheel die-cast automobile. So that we weren't judging Hot Wheels that have already been made. We were judging actual cars that will then be replicated into 1/64th scale Hot Wheels. So that was it. So
Wow.
in El Segundo, in the parking lot of Mattel and the hotel that's over there, there were 400 cars, 375 entries, and far more than 400 cars that attended. 'Cause not every car was entered, but we had about 375 cars to go through to pick one on our particular leg of the swing, which was the last leg. And then they take
Mm.
all the nominees from each one of the Legend Tour stops, and then they vote on that, to just distill it down from those choices to the one car that will be made into a Hot Wheels vehicle.
Is there a criteria, honey? Any?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. There's three. One is certainly looks, the style, but it's not like a normal car show where you're going to look for the perfect car with the perfect seams and the paintwork is perfect. No, just the style of the car has to be unique.
Mm.
And unique enough to be a Hot Wheels. Like if it's another Camaro, they've done tons of Camaros. So it
Mm.
better be a very interesting Camaro for it to be considered. So the style of the car is very important. The what do they call it? The garage spirit, which is the person whose car it is, had to have worked on the car to some degree. They couldn't have just bought it and brought it in. They had to have,
Have
bought a
personal.
tub or bought a car that they refurbished and have really put time and effort into it. You know what I mean? So that they're immersed and bonded with the experience. The other part of it, the third part, was a very interesting element, which was the story. The story of the builder and the car and why this car exists. What is the driving force behind making this car? Is it just for the Hot Wheels show? Was it a relative who gave you the car and you wanted to do this with it? Your story really mattered.
Ah.
So it was a very interesting approach because it wasn't just the prettiest car. You know what I mean? It wasn't just the most expensive car. It wasn't the most exotic car. It was the car that really exemplified. If you went into a parking lot, you looked at it, you went, that's a Hot Wheel. That car could be a Hot Wheel. I don't know what it's doing in this parking lot, but it could be a Hot Wheel. So it was a very interesting way to judge cars. And I'm not a car judge. I
Mm.
don't have any sort of professional acumen when it comes to that stuff. I just know what I like. I just know it's pretty and drives fast and what I've loved growing up and stuff. Um, so you bring that to bear, and I think that's what makes a good judge for the Mattel Hot Wheels brand. I
Mm.
brought my old, gosh, are they here? I don't have them. I should have brought them here. I brought all the Hot Wheels that I collected when I was younger that were the first issue Hot Wheels. They call them the Classic 16, of which I have every one of them that one of my little friends didn't steal. You know what I mean? Um, or you didn't trade away somewhere for something.
Yeah, yeah.
And we played with those cars all. I mean, we played with those cars. They weren't cars that I bought thinking that later on they're going to be valuable. I had
Of
no
course.
idea
Of
that this
course.
world would blow up and explode the way it has, but it has. And there was one
Mm.
car that there's a guy who's like, of course, the number one Hot Wheels collector in the world. he bought the most expensive Hot Wheel, which cost him $72,000 for a Hot Wheel, which was a
Whoa.
Volkswagen Bug, no, Volkswagen
Van.
van, but a very specific one, right? So it's very limited issue, very limited run, and he has it. He actually has a gold replica around his neck. He's a total Hot Wheels nerd. And he picks up one of my cars and he goes, oh, okay, I wish I had it here. If I pull this up and the headlights are orange, that's worth $800. I'm
Oh
like, he
shoot.
goes, I said, what? He says, yeah. And he goes, he pulls the headlights up. They're orange. He goes, I've never seen that. I've never seen that. Usually they're blue or they're whatever their other color is that's normal. He goes, they were orange. And he just was all flipped out over the fact that I have never seen that before. I've heard of it, and you have it. And I was just like, I had no idea. You know what I mean? It's like my comic books. They're all red. They're not perfect. I read them. I rolled them up, or I put them under my pillow, or I put them in a Foot Locker and looked at them every day. But I didn't put them in plastic until like 40 years later. So not all of them are perfect. But it was one of the best experiences I've had. I've really been fortunate with my car experiences lately. Um, it's beautiful. Really great day.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love that,
Thank you
Phil.
to my buddy. Shout out to Jay Ryan, my buddy who helped me, and Vinny
Mm.
Russo, who's another friend, one of my friends, who organized the whole thing and saw fit to make me one of the judges. Um, it was pretty special.
Well, I think what makes it so wonderful that you're judges. This is something you love.
Yeah.
Cars. You love cars, and you are a an impresario, so to speak, of cars that you like and certain cars. And it's not just, oh, that's a pretty car. It's a style. It's a feel of it. And the way you are with have such a groundedness and really love connecting with people. I could see that. I know
Mm.
you were great and they loved having you, didn't they? Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was love, all love. And I forget how deep the resonance of the character I played on Seinfeld goes. And the head of the
Oh.
whole design team, the 21 years he's been there, he's the head mucky muck, Grand Poobah, uh,
Mm.
was a massive Jackie Childs Seinfeld fan, not just a Seinfeld fan, but a massive Jackie Childs fan. And he was so thrilled to have me there as a judge, and he wanted a selfie and stuff. It was just, it was fantastic. It was really fantastic.
Oh.
I don't know. One of the reasons we do the show, one of the reasons I like doing the show, is because of the life that we have lived, and that
Mm.
some of our effort, yes, but a lot of it from having been brought up in a magical place with a magical mother and father
Mm.
that allowed us to see the world in a way, number one, that was super wholesome and healthy for African Americans, because
Mm-hmm.
this country can be a little difficult, but they never ever gave us limitations or said there wasn't something we should or could do because we were black or that we were less than. I mean, it was quite the opposite. I mean, that's just full stop as good parents.
Mm-hmm.
And then you throw into the mix, who our father was and the um, the hallways and the doors that he opened for us as in terms of access.
Mm-hmm.
It's just incredible. And speaking on that, I didn't even know if I was going to bring this up, but I will.
I was
You
going to
know what
mention it.
happened to me there, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened to me there, guys and girls, kids and cats and kitties, was that
Theys and thems.
these and thems and days and those, we's and us'ns, um, they have a wall at the Mattel like executive
God.
building, and the woman who created Barbie, um, and her husband started Mattel. She created Barbie. He created Hot Wheels. Crazy.
What a family. Wow.
Crazy creative. She was more of the kind of accountant type, and he was more of the artsy design type. Anyway, there's a huge mural there, and I'm looking at this mural, and there she is, front and center, beautiful picture of her. Around her are these prototypes of the Barbie and Ken dolls that she created, and they're all different types and shapes and sizes. And there's a blonde Barbie and a dark-haired Barbie, and the blonde Ken and the dark-haired Ken. And I'm looking at this dark-haired Ken, and I'm thinking to myself, looks like my dad. Looks like my dad. That looks like our father. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That's our father. And it hit me so hard. And I didn't know, but I kept looking at it. So I hit my phone, and I'm looking through my phone. I'm looking at our father's pictures from the past, and I'm telling you,
It's
that
the
was
clothes
him.
he
He must
wore.
have. Yes, his hair, the way they
Yes.
had his face at it, the attitude, the whole thing. And I don't know if they even knew that it was our father who was being used as possibly, a template for one of the African American Kens who came out later. The African American
Mm-hmm.
Ken came out later, didn't come out at the same time as Ken did, or nor did the African American Barbie. And they were called something different. They had different names, right? Um, but I sent the pictures to you and Linda, and what did you guys think?
Oh man, we were wild. We were texting back and forth. What? That's dad. The shape of his head, the clothes he wore, the way he stood. We looked, and then we all look at the old pictures where that's like an outfit that he's worn before. That was that. Oh, you guys, we're working on a documentary of dad. Just little tidbits are coming up for us like that, and that was magnificent, Phil. That was
Wasn't it just? Oh my gosh! So it
yeah.
was all beautiful. The whole day was lovely. I couldn't be more thankful. Thank you to Mattel and to Mobile One, again to my buddy Jay and my buddy Vinny and all the people who were there to judge. They were so wonderful and diverse and supportive. It was just a fun day. And so was the crowd. The crowd was on fire, and it was hot. It was a hot day. It was very hot,
Mm-hmm.
but people
Mm-hmm.
stood in line and hung out. It was packed. Oh man, it was beautiful. So much. This week has been amazing.
Yeah, it's been
Really
a
good.
great week. And that brings us so much to our topic tonight, you guys. And it's really kind of expansive. We were talking about that earlier, and part of it is about I'm saying choose yourself. This is part of what I'm talking about. Choose yourself. I'll tell you, I auditioned after I decided I was going to come back to acting. I auditioned and I get frustrated. Man, I know I was not having a conversation. I didn't get that job. Do I still have it? And I kept choosing myself. I kept choosing my dreams. I just stayed with it. I kept being positive in the fact of, well, I didn't get it. So what did I learn from that audition that I am not doing? Because it's like it's getting on a bike, and sure, I can get on a bike and I can ride, but I get better each time I ride. So I had to find out what was I doing that I needed to improve upon. Now, does that mean the next audition I get, I'm going to book it? No. I'm just telling you that I didn't give up. I didn't give up. The no's made me more powerful so that I could learn what can I do to get a yes at least so I liked what I did. I hadn't yet liked what I did. When I did this audition, I liked what I did. I had a good time with it. It was wonderful. I didn't even send in a perfect audition for those of you who are actor. Every single word was not perfect. Most of it was. But there are a couple of flubs, and the guy I worked with said, no, no, no. I like that. When we did another one that was perfect, he went, Iona, the heart and the soul was in the first one. That one. Because I was living. And a lot of times, I'll tell you from my side as a director, I know that you're not going to be perfect. So I want to know that if you flub a line, you aren't going to freak out. I want to know that you can handle it. I want to know that you're still going to be there and have a good time because we that happens to every single person, right, Phil? We all mess up. But if you don't freak out and I know you're going to be there or you're just going to go on with the scene and it still makes sense, oh, baby, we're gold. We are gold. And so that was very important to me. That
Mm.
was, again, at this age, also another thing of the universe, even everything that Phil and I talk about. For me to see once again that just following, I mean, truth to power, we don't speak anything that Phil and I don't do. And then to see a win, it's magnificent. It's magnificent.
It just I don't want to say justifies, but it just certifies what we're doing. It kind of
Mm-hmm.
um, puts a stamp on it. Iona's right. We're living this. We're not talk. We live what we talk about. We don't just talk about it. We're not just giving advice. We're not even giving advice. We're just sharing. We're just sharing actual experiences that we can all process and appreciate as you are with us. And as we do that one to the other, regardless of race, creed, color, gender, specific, whatever, we come into agreement. We start to understand each other more. And what we understand is that we're not very different, and we're very much the same. Different barometers, different levels, different intensities, different grades. But Iona's talking about, yeah. And remember, Iona was been directing for some time. Why? Not only was it a great expression for her, and she was doing some what we call dramaturge work or script supervisor, or not even script supervisor. It's kind of like, what would you call it, Iona? You're the
acting. I was
go ahead,
acting coach,
acting
right
coach,
hand in one show to one of the producer writers. It's kind of
right?
cool.
So she wasn't doing that which she had decided she was going to do as a career, which was acting. She knew that she, this came about, and she took the opportunity, and she didn't wait. And she didn't wait because she knew she needed to do something. She couldn't just sit around. So she did something. And the thing she did was within what she's about. It wasn't like she went to the grocery store and started working as a checker. She stayed in the entertainment industry and did certain things that she needed to do, not just to feel valuable, but to do real things like keep the lights on, man, and keep a roof over your head and do the things that we have to do in order to get to the places we want to get to. But she never gave up on the sense of who she was. If anything, they were all, and you correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm overstepping, they were all experiences that allowed her more insight as to what she and who she wanted to be and where she wanted to go. Because she wasn't
Absolutely.
outside of it. She was
Hmm.
still in the arena, but she did what she needed to do. We can't always be doing what we want to do. I'm sure she would want to be starring in a television series or a movie or whatever. So she did what she needed to do in order to get to those places that will lead her into that area. That's
Hmm.
strong. That's
Hmm.
bravery. That's courage to me. That is that's what we all have to do, because it's not just going to happen because
Yeah,
we
you got
want
to
it to
stay.
happen.
Right, honey. So true. You got to stay in the game. And also, a lot of that was about me wanting to direct. And I still loved directing, and I'm still going to direct. It's just it's the hyphen. We're all hyphens these days. And it used to be a singer, actress, dancer. It's expanded. It's actor, director, producer, Phil, actor, writer, producer, me, actor, director, producer. Put it in any order. So this job does not take me out of the directing love of what I want to do. And for a while, it wasn't speaking to me as strongly because directing had come to me, but it never left. It was always there. And when I went, I'm feeling it again and got in it again, I had still, like you said, Phil, that's so important. Stay in the field that you are interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in the field. I
Stay
had to take,
connected.
stay connected. I had to take steps back from what Phil said, you guys. I was the dialogue coach on Blackish for 8 years. That was really hard for me, you guys. There were times when I get in my car and I would cry. I come home frustrated. I was like, what am I doing? I've been directing theater. I was the boss. And now I'm the dialogue coach, but I wanted to learn how to direct for television and film. And that was my entree into that, into learning about being part of the crew. And it was wonderful for me because it was also an acting lesson. Lawrence Fishburne, an acting lesson, just watching him, watching Jennifer Lewis, just to still be in the game. That's so important. Some people give up so often. Oh, it's not happening. Don't fucking give up on you. If you want it, it may not be exactly what you get, but you may find that if you shift it, it's what you need and
Mm,
what you're
mm,
really, really good
mm,
at.
mm. And that's what the universe might be telling you.
Come on, Phil.
Not to give up, but to
Mm-hmm.
shift your perspective, to shift your process so that then you can be the best you can be. And that was the part of my discussion with everybody, my sharing tonight are the universal signs. The
Mm-hmm.
signs that are all around us if you're open and available and accepting. And if you're not seeing anything, if nothing's talking to you, that's because you're closed.
Mm-hmm.
You're not seeing these things. They are there. They exist. Whether you like it or you don't like it, they might be signs that you're not particularly want to have, but they're there for a reason. So it's best if we look at these things and convert them or to learn from them or to hear what they have to say, they being the signs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Iona called me the other day about this job, about Beyond the Gates. Super excited. And I was running around, I'm like, no, I was getting ready to eat. I was getting ready to sit down to eat.
Yeah.
And if I work out, I got to eat right after I work out, or else I'm going to pass out. I mean, I work out that hard. Anyway, my food's on the table. We got a napkin on it. Iona calls. She's like, you got a second to chatty watty? I'm like, I'm going to sit down to eat. Well, no, you got a second. I just want you to meet Dr. What's your name? Monica
Dr.
what?
Monica McCormick.
She goes, you're on the phone. You're on the phone with Dr. Monica McCormick. And I thought it was a guest for our show. So I'm like, well, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, doctor. And Iona says, no, man, I'm the new oncologist on Beyond the Gates. I just got, and she says, well, you got to go eat. I said, no, I don't have to eat. I got time for this. I got time to hear whatever you talking about. Forget that sandwich. So she told me about her job, right? And within it, she's telling about the audition and the process and saying yes. Saying yes is very powerful. And I agreed with her. And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, I didn't say it at the time. I'm thinking, yes is very powerful. But sometimes you can't say yes to everything. You just can't say yes to everything. And I get a lot of things thrown at me, and I just can't say yes to everything. You reach the point of diminishing returns, right? So you have to vet the situation.
Yes.
The yes has to be something for me that lifts me, right? It lifts me in some way. It lifts my financial situation, my spiritual situation, my whatever the thing. It has to lift me. It can't just be the thing that I should be doing, right? Well, sure enough, I hang up the phone with Iona. We're all excited, all giddy. And I get an audition. Now, I haven't had an audition for a minute, a few weeks, which for me is a while. And it was the universe saying, oh, really? So your process is the yes you have to vet. Well, why don't you vet this opportunity to see if you're going to say yes to this? You know what I mean? It was like immediately the universe gave me an indicator of what I said I was about. Really? Okay, well, I'm going to test you. We'll see if you have what you say you have. We'll see if you can look at this and does this lift you? And if it doesn't, are you going to say no? Or are you just going to good soldier it and go, what you going to do? What you going to do? I really felt that. I read this material. I won't tell you what it is because I really liked it. I really, really liked it. I love the character. I thought he was so fun. I know the show. It's a very good show. It's a strong one-camera comedy. I just fell in love with this character. And I was like, oh, not just yes, but oh, hell to the yes. And I call my agents and I'm like, this is it, man. This is what I want. I'll audition for these kind of characters all day long because I need to have a relationship with my art. I need to have a relationship with my craft. And this is what helps me with that. The things that draw you in. And that's when you say yes. The things that lift you, that's when you say yes. Because even if I don't get the gig, which I don't have any control over that other than the audition that I do. But I do have control over the audition that I do. And I have control over the process and the work that I put into it. And my connection with the character, which is that's my job. When they give me the job, that's my job. To have my relationship with the character. They're going to pay me for that relationship. I have to have the best relationship that I can. And it was just wonderful to go from my sister having accomplished something beautiful and my going, well, yes, but for me, the yes is the and the universe is like, oh yeah, you super silly son of a bitch. What about this? Here you go. And me saying, yeah, no, I really am about that. It is who I am. It was beautiful. I loved it today. I love this audition today.
Oh, that's great, Phil. I can't wait. We can't wait to find out if you booked it, but that you had a great time. That's the best. And I think that's a very important message too, you guys. Did you have a good time? Do you feel like you left something in the room, like you always say? Do you feel like you did your best? That's all we can do. We have no control over where we've got a job, whether it's an audition or an interview that you have for a job outside of the entertainment business. You have no control over that. The only thing you have control over is what you do, what you receive, what you give. And if you don't get it, don't go. You can always damn and curse and get upset and have a glass of wine or something stronger. You didn't get the job and then get over it and move on. There are jobs I have not gotten. Phil, I know it's happened to you. And people have come back and said, you auditioned for us years ago. We met you, and I've been thinking about you since, and I wrote this, or I've got something for you. So you just never know. And and in terms of saying yes, I was telling Phil the reason why they came up is I said, I'm saying yes more often now. I'm vetting things, absolutely. Can't say yes to everything. But I found that I was not saying yes enough. I would say, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I kind of want to stay home. I don't know if I should go. I'm kind of feeling. And I'm like, get out of your feelings. Because oftentimes you go somewhere and you meet somebody you never would have met. I know you got something about that, huh? Just
that was beautiful.
Show up. Be you in the moment. You never have to be anywhere as long as they say you got to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you something I did. I was telling Phil about this. So I am speaking at a conference on October 25th, and I don't have all the material in front of me because I've been traveling and doing getting together for this show. But so anyway, so I had the conference and I'm going to Atlanta shooting the 23rd and 24th. I thought I'm gonna forget the conference. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna hang out in Atlanta for a weekend with my girlfriends. And then today, I got an email from the producer of that event. And I looked at who's going to be there. And I looked at what we're talking about. And I said yes. I made a commitment. I'm going to go. I changed my flight. When I changed my flight, they gave me money because it was cheaper. But the biggest thing about that was not only, when I think about it, honoring your commitment, and I could say it was work because it was, but also it's saying yes, even though I'm not sure what I'm going to say yet. I've got to do some reading on this topic and to write down my thoughts, which I always do. But I'm excited to be there. Cornel West is going to be there and some other interesting people and dynamic people. And I'm part of that. Yes, I'm going to go. And that, for me, it's about making that situation whatever I decide it to be. I'm going to bring, I know I'm more on the spiritual side. I know I'm more on the what can we do to feel good, to make things work. And that's what I'm going to bring with me. And I'm just one of the things. And so saying yes is important, you guys. Get up, brush your teeth, throw on some clothes, go out. Phil is in a different position of his success and what he's been doing for a long time. And his vetting is magnificent. But if you don't have what you want right now, if you aren't sitting in your little catbird seat, and it's not about how much money you have, it's about you being happy about what you're doing, say yes and just go and just be available.
There you go. There you go. There you go. But you buried the lead, because what happened was, after Iona said, no, I'm not going to hang out with my girl. I'm going to come back. I'm going to experience this event that I had been responsible to and said I would be at. As soon as she did that, she got more days on the show.
Right? Oh, yeah.
So she's going to go back and hang out with her girl anyway. Which she didn't know at the time she made the decision that was the best for her, for the situation, right?
Come on, Phil.
But the universe goes, hey, look at this. Look at her making all these adult decisions and stuff and whatnot. I'm going to let's give her another chance to go hang out with a girl then.
Another day on the soap.
But not down for her. And that's what happened. She got another day on the soap. So she's going to go back to Atlanta and hang out the way she wanted to hang out and not go to the thing. But she's going to go to the thing and still get to hang out and do another show. Come on.
And
amazing.
It's just what you were talking about, Phil, the spirit, about listening, about following, because spirit is always talking to you.
Always.
Always.
And I do believe in mediums, and I believe in psychics. I just think they have less filter than we do. You know, they see the signs, they hear the spirits in a way that we are clouded. We are cut off. We are not available to. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about talking to your dead grandma, unless that's what you're about. You can do that. You can feel that. I'm about accepting all of the energy that comes your way that shows you where you should be, what is going on in your life. K9, I'm going to use you for an example. He says, for Ona and Philly, career question. How do you balance the line between simply making decisions versus overthinking something that could change maybe the trajectory of your next move? All right. I can answer for her. I will answer for me. Mine is material based on the material. Example. I went to the premiere of a video that I did, music video. Never done a music video before in my whole career, ever. Here's why I did it. These guys came to us and offered us this role. They really liked me from Seinfeld. They wanted me to do this video. They're a big time horror heavy metal band. Not my style of music, but they are the sharp end of the stick. They're called Ice Nine Kills. They're an incredible band. And I said, well, send me the material. They sent me the material. I thought it was so good. I thought it was so fun, so clever. I love the character they wanted me to play. I could play this. I know what they want. I know who this guy is. Yes. So I said yes. Well, it was not a union shoot. Okay. And I said, I can't do it. It's not union. So they went to the union and they tried to make it a union shoot. They weren't able to because they didn't have enough time. However, I told them, look, I love this material. I'm going to do it. If the union comes after me, I want you to pay my fines. They said, sure. I said, and if they come after me legal, I want you guys to pay to indemnify me from any legal action. They said, sure. Then I said, look, I love this thing, but I need twice as much money. I can't. You got to give me. They were like, sure. Then I went to set. The guy who's the head of the band, this guy, Spencer Charnas, you got to check him. He's special. He is something really special. He's a very talented cat. He's an artist. He was such a huge Jackie Childs fan. All we did all day was recite my lines, back and forth. Him being Kramer, me being Jackie, him being whoever, me being whoever. I made a new friend, a new family member. They're the highest level, and I just made it. And there was nothing in their favor. It wasn't a union. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. Or that music band. I don't know. It wasn't that. But they created it all because I said yes. I said yes. And last night was the culmination. I went to the premiere last night. It was beautiful. It was in Hollywood at this private club. It was all insider fans and fans, friends, and family, and business associates and industry people. It was great. They ran this video, man. It was bananas. It was amazing. I loved it, and I'm one of the stars of the video. And without saying yes, I would have had none of those experiences. I just wouldn't have them. Now I wouldn't know because I wouldn't have had them. But in saying yes, I have so much. And they're going to be doing a series of these videos. So it's about the material, for me, the material, the people, and will this lift me? Can I be lifted by it? I know what I'm going to bring. Like, I want to know what she's going to bring. But can this feed me the way that I want to feed it? And I guess that's everything, isn't it? That's every experience. That's not just acting. That's whatever you do at wherever you work. And it's with whatever you do with whoever you love. And it's with whatever you do with wherever you play, wherever you play. It's your life. You know what I'm saying? And so this is what's beautiful about seeing the signs and going and taking that risk. Because I don't really think it's a risk. Because you're being shown the way. And if you're open to the way, it will be made known to you. Trust and believe.
And you are also, Phil, part of that is you bet on Phil. This is what Phil needs. And I need this, and I need that, and I need this. I really love it, and I really need to do this. So often, sometimes you go, oh, I really want to do it. Oh, they're not giving me this or that, but I'm just going to do it instead of saying, I love it, but I really need this, because knowing of what you're bringing to the table, not knowing how much they love you because they came after you, but not knowing how much they do, you just know the time you've put into your craft and what you bring and what's necessary for you to walk on in there.
You see what Annette wrote?
Yes. You expect success. I just made that up. Annette, we love you. Annette, you come up with Annette. Some stuff, baby.
You
love
good.
Love that.
You good.
I want to speak to Rhonda right now, to Rhonda Mormon, who just said this, and then I
Mm.
can, K9, I'm going to give you my response to your inquiry. Wow, I didn't know you can do that with the union. I just turned down a non union role on a character I loved. Let me tell you what you can also do. You remember, Phil spoke to the production and told them they needed to make it union so he could do it. They said they went and tried, and our union is it takes time to do things. They didn't have enough time. What you can also do is you can have the production speak to the union and still work it out that even though it's not union before it's shot, they can put the paperwork in and maybe get it union after. Now, this happened with me with a voiceover. Now, does it work for on camera? I am unsure. But remember this, sweetie pie. If it's not union at the start, it can always be made union after. And
Hmm.
don't ever put yourself in jeopardy. Phil's working with a very successful production company. They said they would pay the fines that may come at him. They may, they may not. They may come at him, they may not. So don't gamble with the union. Don't. There'll be another role you love, I promise you. And you're
Hmm.
so talented, something will come up. Something
Yeah,
else
and listen, like I said before, I'm in a totally different position and situation. Should the union
Mhm.
say, "Hey, we didn't like it," my comeback is, "Look, we did everything we could. You wanted to make this, and that wasn't possible. You cannot stop me from working. I mean, you could, but ultimately, it's not a union job that would hurt anybody or go against the. They had everything that the union would want. They had safety advisors and all. They had all the stuff, all the bells and whistles. So, yeah. Am I rolling the dice? I am, but I think it's a very small risk for me. I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner or somebody who hasn't been working quite as long. Um, Certainly, the next time they do this video shoot, they're going to be a union because they're
That's
already
right. That's
they're already
right.
going to, they're already in the pipeline. So it's a different paradigm. So I wouldn't. I was right. I wouldn't press the union. I wouldn't test them. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not. They don't play. Um, this is just a unique situation. That's all.
Right, right, and you are in that career. And Rhonda Mormon is a wonderful actress. She's starring on Witches, you guys. That's a terrific series. That
Mm.
our Malika Blessing is also on.
Ooh.
Phil. Then we're gonna have Rhonda join us as a guest. I'll get in touch with you,
Is it
baby.
BET Plus or
No, Rhonda, is it taboo team? Shoot,
is it on
tell us where you can find it, Rhonda.
All
That'd be
Black?
great.
What?
I think it is all black, honey. Thank you. I think it is all black. But Rhonda, let us know. Write down there in the comments more about it, just so everybody else can check you out. And I know you've been working, and Phil has been working for a lot longer. So right now you're doing great. You are booking like crazy. And there you go. I manifest. I'll get your bracket filled.
Wicker
Wicker
City.
City.
Yes,
Wicker
people.
City.
Wicker
Thank you.
City.
That's what it's all.
Check
It
it,
is
please, please.
so
We got to
good, you
support our people.
guys. On all black.
Wicked City. Wicked City. Wicker City.
Wicked
I was like,
City.
what are you importing chairs and blinds and whatnot,
Right,
Rhonda?
right.
Okay, Wicked City. We got to see it on All Black.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's really
please.
good. I've watched it. It's a fun show that has just gotten better and better with each season. So let me bring this back up again, K9, and I just love you send in so many good questions. K9 said, for Ione and Philly career question, how do you both balance the line between simply making decisions versus overthinking something that could change maybe the trajectory of your next move? Well, know this, every decision you make affects the trajectory of your next move. It doesn't matter how long you think about it. Number two, Daddy used to say to us, study long, study wrong. The Russians say, and I may not get it exactly right, measure 9 times and then make the move. You have to really think about things. And Phil uses a word which I really like, vet. You've got to vet what is in front of you. Sometimes we can overthink it and psych ourselves out, and then you're in the way, and then the opportunity goes away from you, or you lose the spontaneity of the moment. Trust the universe and trust yourself. I think about everything in terms of when I'm thinking about roles or projects that are brought to me to direct, does it Does it feed my soul? Is there something in it that I had that I can say? Is it well written? Is it good? Are they? And money is always a concern. And right now, because I'm building on some things, I may take less than what I've normally gotten because I know that it's going to lead to something better. Okay. That's in a different place than where Philly is right now with what he's been doing in his career. And so I think you really don't psych yourself out. Think about whether do I like it? Am I going to have fun doing it? Am I going to bring something to it? And even if they're not paying you anything, fuck yeah, do it, because it will lead you to somebody else. It will lead you to something else, and you will learn something from it. So many times we can mess with our own minds, thinking about, and then the opportunity is gone, and you lose it. Every decision does not mean you're going to win. It means you're going to have an experience that can turn into a win depending on how you see it. I just did a job. Phil knows this last job I did. It kicked my ass, you guys. I have never worked that hard. I will not do that again because the work was too hard and it was too frustrating. But good work came out of it. I made some good friends from it, and I made some good business connections that I did not have before from it. But would I do that again? Hell no, I won't. I had my reasons for doing it, and the reasons came out better than what I expected, which was good. And I believe my doing that also helped me to get this job. So that's what my answer would be. I want you to know, K9, to me, and Phil, you can answer for you about this. There's no black and white formula on making a decision. It's up to you. I'll give you. I'll list something for you. Does it feed me intellectually? Does it feed me spiritually? Do I have something to bring to it? Do I like the people who are going to be involved, or do I admire some of them? Is the project good? Is it well written? Am I going to bring something to it? How much are they paying me? And I love my manager because he'll go back in a minute and say, that's lovely. We want more money. And he's always worked that out. But all of those things are what I look at. And some things, if there's no money there, but I know I can use that piece to parlay it into something else to move me further, then I'll do it. Study too long, study wrong. But remember the Russians, measure 9 times and then cut.
It's measure twice, cut once.
Okay, well, this is what I got from something from this book that I had. There were tarot cards that said this is what Russians. So maybe there are a couple of different ones.
It's a woodworking phrase. Measure twice, cut once. But that's just what I understand from that. But
okay. And not
way,
that that's and not that
it
not
works.
that that's
It
not
works.
one. Yeah.
It works. It's just don't jump too soon.
Don't jump to right.
Measure twice, cut once. Yeah, as opposed to you cutting a bunch of times to figure one little thing out. No, figure it out. Cut once. I get it. Yeah, man, the signs are crazy. The signs are crazy. I only say they're crazy because they're crazy good. It's crazy beautiful. It's almost as though, not that you have to take your hands off the wheel, but if you're looking at these things, it just tells you stuff. It's like what people, I told you the story about me getting my Sifu's martial arts apparatus, right? I got his wooden dummy. We call it Mukyeongjong. It's the wooden dummy, a wooden man, literally. And I hadn't seen this thing in years. And a woman who bought it from a Sifu after he closed his doors, closed his hands, we call it. I didn't have a chance to purchase anything. I was in Atlanta, ironically, doing a show. I had been training her when I came back. My Sifu passed away. She was moving to Hawaii, and she had this Mukyeongjong, and she asked me if I wanted it. And I said, "What, want it?" She's like, "This belongs to you. You need this." I was like, "Yes, I do need this." And it was a sign from my Sifu saying, "Don't stop training. Don't give up. I am with you always. It's so deep. He signed the top of it. I didn't know he signed the top of it until she showed me. I didn't know. So no one can say it's not his. No one can say he didn't touch it. No one can say it doesn't have this amazing provenance, which it does. Beyond that, it's a sign for me to keep up my focus, keep my discipline, honor him, respect the system, humble yourself to hard work. All of that can be translated to your lives, whatever your life has, whatever you do, whatever you express. That is the sign for me to continue to apply myself to my life, to my relationships, to my marriage, to my children, to my family in that way. It's super powerful. And I want everybody to feel the power of these signs. It can move you into some amazingly beautiful places. So keep looking, man. Keep the channel open.
And they're everywhere. They may not be as grand as what Phil was gifted. And just think about that. He wasn't there to buy or get anything, but he got the prize. That's the prize from his seafood. They're everywhere. I've had a drunk walking down the street holler something at me one day, and I wish I could remember what it was. I was walking down Sunset Boulevard, and I was upset about something, down and sad. And he said something to me, and I went, oh, wow, I needed that. I was driving up Laurel Canyon, you know where it meets Mulholland, Phil? Mm-hmm. You're going north, everybody in LA, and going into the valley. And I think I was in my early 30s, late 20s, and I was, drama when you're in that age bracket. I was in some dramatic something or other. And on this truck, it said, shit happens. I fell out laughing. I went, universe is speaking to me. Get over it. Shit happens. Come on, get back on the stick. So they're everywhere. They're in someone this has happened where dad passed away, our first parent. And I was, again, going through something. And I saw this man walking down the street, and he walked just like our dad. His moves. And it made me feel so good in that moment. And the phone rang, and I got it on my pager because we didn't have phones back then. From my agent to go to this job. They had fired the actress, and it was time I needed to go to this job, and I needed to call them. If I had stayed in that depressive state, I just wouldn't have had the energy, the foresight, the smile on my face to go to that job. They're everywhere. They're in a book that you open. I got a book over there, so I can't, but I'm just going to show you this little pamphlet. I'll open books just to anywhere. Open any book, you guys. I promise you. Right there will be a phrase, there'll be a word, there'll be a paragraph, there'll be a page of something you needed to hear right then. Sit in silence and just listen. Some people think I'm trying to shut up my mind. Don't try and shut up your mind. You can't shut up your mind. It's probably talking to you, telling you some things you need to know. It's not up to you to judgment of what comes to you. Just follow it. Follow it sometimes and see what happens. Littlest thing I'm passing on over to my brother over there. He got a bunch of stuff going on in his mind. This one little thing that happened to me one time, years ago, a whole bunch of years ago. I didn't wear eyeshadow back then. I'm leaving the house. Spirit says to me to go get this little palette I have of dark eyeshadow. And I'm walking out the door and I'm like, why? I don't need it. I don't have an audition that day. But I had said earlier, I'm going to follow when these messages come to me. And I told the story years ago to you guys before. I went back in the house. I got this little palette, went through my day, got a call from my agent that I had an audition. The only makeup I had was that palette. I put that puppy on. Now, did it get me the audition? Get me the job? No, but I booked it. But what it did do is it helped me feel like I had some makeup on and I felt good. Listen. Just listen. Signs everywhere.
Oh my gosh. It's almost overwhelming sometimes.
Mm.
I'm gonna leave with this. Uh, my daughter was in town this last weekend with her team, the Indiana University women's volleyball team. Talk about signs.
Mm.
My daughter's from Southern California. What the heck is she doing in Bloomington, Indiana? Well, the universe reached out, grabbed her, and took her to Bloomington and said, you know, this is a place that needs you. You don't know they need you. They don't even know how much they need you, but they need you. They're a Midwest school, very homogenous. They need a woman who's of mixed race, who comes from Southern California, to change the culture here. And sure enough, she has. She's in the process of it, let's put it that way. So much so that when they came west to play vaunted West Coast teams, UCLA Bruins and the USC Trojans, um, Indiana doesn't play those teams often. Times gone by, they were in a whole different conference. Now I'm in the same conference, and they play them every year, and they lose every year, except this year. They came, Indiana came, they came to our house first. We had a taco night with the girls. They had a lovely, relaxing time. I was asked to speak with them. I spoke with them, talked to them about a few things. We'll remain between them and us until our next show, and I'll reveal to you. But you know, they went on and beat USC, and then they went the next night and beat UCLA, and it was massive. And I know they would not be in that position without my daughter being there. I just know that. I respect all the coaches there and the staff and all that stuff. But she brought a difference. She created an opportunity out of the universe showing her a sign. And it's in the biggest conference in women's volleyball. It's at the highest vibrational level that it could possibly be. And they are 13-1 on the season. It's historic. I can't be prouder of her or more proud of her than I am. And yeah, she's an extension of Carla and I, but she's herself. And I see her and I feel her and I learn from her and I learn from my son. And those are my signs. That's what the universe is telling me. You did good. You know, now you get a chance to sit back and be proud of them the same way that they're proud of you. It's very special. It was mind blowing, really. A beautiful time.
That's awesome, Philly. That's awesome. I was at the games. It was so exciting, you guys. It was so exciting. I'm going to close with this. Don't give up on you. Be your champion. A girlfriend and I were talking the other day and we were laughing. She said, "You know, if I wasn't me, I would have me as a best friend. I really like me." I said, "Girl, I feel the same way." She said, "Yes, I have my issues, but overall, I'm a good person. I love people. I help people. I'm there for them." I said, "I feel the same way. I would have me as a best friend too, no matter what, because I'm a good person. I'm loyal. Blah blah blah." We fell out laughing. We were having such a great time believing in that, and that's what you need to be to you. So often we give to everybody else around us. Be that to you. And sometimes it doesn't happen like that, you guys. If you're not feeling it, it may not happen like that. It's a process. We're talking about saying yes. Say yes to some of those things. Just go out, be present, bring your light, your smile, your sunshine. Watch how people react to you, watch how you react. Stay with your dreams, stay with what you want. Don't give up. Say yes to you. Say yes to the dream continuing. Even if you are someone who's here tonight who have met your dreams, if you're still alive, there is something else for you to do. There's another place for you to be. Maybe it's not all about you right now. and it's about you giving to others. And whenever I volunteer, I'm amazed how I feel I'm the one leaving with the blessing. I'm the one. So stay with it, that what you want. I told you it's been years since I've acted. And I stayed with the no's. I stayed with why. I stayed with it. And man, something resonated that I did with someone else. And I booked. And as I told you, doesn't mean I'm going to be booking. Who knows? But for sure, I know that I didn't give up. That kills it. Just think, if Disney had given up on Disneyland because he went bankrupt 3 times, we never would have Mickey the Mouse. Just think of all the other people. If LeBron gives up and doesn't make the hard decision to leave Cleveland to go to Miami, he can't come back and win for his hometown. Remember those people. They're only remarkable in the fact that they said yes, they chose themselves, and they didn't give up. You're remarkable to each and every single one of you. So stay remarkable visionaries. Don't give up. Phil, what a wonderful show this has been.
Beautiful show. Lovely.
Really.
Good stuff, Iona. I love that. The final word. Love all. Love to all.
Let me just, Phil, before you go and head out, because I know we both want to go eat some dinner. You guys, what happened to my music? I don't know why it went away, but here's where you can find Philly Willy. There it is. The Phil Morris, or like I like to say, the Phil Morris. Oh, listen to that. You know what? I edited that piece. Here you can find me. I own a lot of gold. You get it? I own a lot of gold. And you're part of my gold and my diamonds. Here, you guys. Here's the show's info. Here's where you can find your show. Tell your friends. Spread it around. I'm on a passion move right now, you guys, where we are going to get more people involved in this show, because what we got is some good shit to share with you. Philly Willy, have a wonderful week. I love you dearly.
See you next week, everybody.
Have a good one.
Love you.
And as I
Don't
say,
give
good
up on
night,
yourself.
Philly.